we have been able to push the Premier League to the last day. Send ye ne ka omo maka ngwa. Ka City be ko akoda no mama omo yire no mabebo ball. Oh. Ka ka mo amaka na. We have been able to push them to the wire.
It's Arsenal's level. Arsenal City. Arsenal ya kana se success Manchester City.
Yan card there's a card so power.
No.
Ya pedi so dia ja. Baba ja dia so no.
Ka tete omo tu.
Tete ka dia so pa na dia kanye ya.
This is the invincible club. This is the invincible club you are talking about.
Abeza members me bo bi team din. Mem puti.
I am invincible as I say here can.
Team asem. Arsenal. At me last year we competed. We were second.
Yeah.
But one, you have no point to say. Two, you have no man called last day. So to us, it's an improvement. It's a process. Bibia ye classes say they drew. Next season, see be improve be more. Well, nim the besi. Two.
Last year, you said
last year,
after the league, you say can the same thing.
Only tolerant. The same over warranty. Over warranty. 2 years no, you're better. No more continue. Last year, you are more Champions League. And could do baby a dream. Afi you call Champions League for the first time in so many years. Champions League. Omeka Arsenal season.
Premier League.
We were the Champions League up until the quarterfinals. Then in the league, you do ma could do final day. Senki anyone ye jama omo maka. Ka City nei ka Pep Guardiola yire ne mamu ne beba bebo boy kwesi ada. Ba yinti. Eju ti be bi na wo kan ye careful.
Yate.
Okay. What thing is here be ko ye nim.
Yate.
Enti tele bi da.
Oh yate.
E mema ne da ya.
Yate.
Eno na Tottenham coach ne say supporters no mudwo monumra ya hye team na mobom nsem Tottenham. You have been beaten. They were close say eya mumu ani ngumu ko em trophy room.
Yeah.
Oko hu hwe e why we say nursery for them o ma da wi na. Hwe ni homu tuma ni Arsenal targeting 4 major signings with Edu. In Edu we trust. Adeba ko e fa Arsenal ho ne say.
They go sign 4 players. Now bana to second yeah. Yeah buy MP ma.
Na omom di 8 no. Omom di 8 o man sign players.
You're improving your team. Do consign that players.
Send out to Pep Guardiola. Or say in the last 5 years teams almost spend the chain of Bobo Mudin.
So Arsenal go. Or Arsenal go.
Oh, none of my Arsenal go. And the you say Edu any Ateta the only player bar and Tom from. Your honor no mo ga che so mo ko fa decline rice aba.
Tomiyasu ni dia fo.
Oh good Tomiyasu turn be 13 million. As we ball obo. Ade en go to bi ma ye hu go for there. Decline rice from the buy ampa. Your home some ko fa kai harvest aba ko si debi ne kai na enie. Into almost the 4 brain e chese 4 no mo de omo ba no Crabberry.
Ebejili.
Sanity.
Ebejili.
Ete hag so kasa. Or say it's not the way I go to start that as anything.
It's a question say goodbye to Manchester United fans no. And
no saying.
No say
Luis Diaz want to leave Liverpool for Barcelona. Luis Diaz
Luis Diaz winger no. Dem kidnap one papa na say.
Na Barcelona for some pen.
Oh yes, that's a report.
It's not okay. The club wants to sign him but need to sell players first. Deco and Xavi are planning departures. Juventus captain Danilo believes that beating Atlanta to the Coppa Italia trophy on Wednesday night will be okay. Internet. That's the only 27,000 fans be allowed to watch the 2023-24 Champions League final Thursday between AS Tunis and Ali in Radiz. Okay, sanity. And then there are some few headlines. Yeah, but nothing. I bobo. But
this is
congratulations to Manchester City.
Elite club.
Congratulations to Manchester City. The best club in England in the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I finish Bema. And then they are next season there. The besi. Baba, young guy.
I think I'll complete next season statement. Now, born again, Kato, mommy. Who complete my 80 and pay. Your most special good morning, BM. na yemu akwa ba mrasanso se ye konko fonkroso na ensemu a edi adencheche nsemu a anopei ebumfumpa onko fonkroso no yare ho nsem ato anim ensem no doso ene anopei nemom de dise fata sawhwe na fe wotie ena yede emma wo live on 2 times NCS Best TV station live, on 3 times NCS Best radio station Oyerepa 100.7 FM, and on pay show no a live our Facebook page no so Oyerepa Radio, Oyerepa Live, Oyerepa Radio, Oyerepa Live. Abusia our cell coho. Oh, did you say Yankopon boa? Next season, there's the boss player. Echechemuno Arsenal. Enya sa plus in Bakanwa. One budget Premier League nana. Ningi na order back to Facebook page or me ba na the boss player. Antonobwasi. Akin Kanina. At the amount said yes, sir. And it said a fata and now no pay. We are good to go. Ever shall say at the FI Abibrimha 2023-2024. And no a CAF Champions League on himself first leg. Ebeto jam our redes na a ES Tunis, that is Esperance and Ali and a airport finance diate efika fasue HM 27,000 fans and a benya kwanya akotra first leg no a 1,400 ticket and a amutema Ali fans na nijisam for Ali fans and say mo costa jomwa mo konko tuasika bia adia mobaya and say mo show mo passport mo che passport na wanya kwanya na arrested jomo akwa game no bi and mam asho ono a player Emma Ali Nensema odi to Janisa Amasu Daiway Ate Emre no I was against Esperance at the Tunis in the first leg Homutime Ekonkoden Akodana Odaso no bekaya Obo Emma Egypt national team na Emra Mosala Epra na Ghana Yabo Afcon Mosala Epra no ono ena mtene bem ni din ene imam asho no ni bobo bruta ono ena ekese ose opose ali eje di CAF Confederation Cup now for Champions League amutime eje ose Confederation Cup dia edana kuma so na eneno homo ewo the Champions League amopese amutime eje Mohamed Esrawi ono goalkeeper ede Emma Ali ode atudwa se Ali final na amaduno enye se bia amfi ho a enom kokodu final na a bit difficult against Esperance the Tunis nemom wo believe e wo mu say this is the time ambesan atimi adopiem eno ayensemo a Mohamed Esrawi ati etudwa ene anopay onim se ama prepare ye na deyate etem se Tunis forum wo enso eguso ama prepare for the finals anopay yadim komo yamra Spain na anopay on Oyerepa TV, on Oyerepa 100.7 FM. Yanin Komo, it was Spain, 36 La Liga title. And Real Madrid and Deportivo Alaves, our Estadio, Santiago Bernabeu. I'm decaying at the trophy, about chess supporters and pay Oyerepa TV. Yeah, they are too so messy because of copyright and 70. Yana and no, our Facebook page on them way. Live on Oyerepa TV and I'm a designer camera 36 title now players every time no ever Tony Cruz Rodrigo Jude Bellingham woman na AC at the SC from Yadiato screen so obenya bi etimi ahwem enjoy video no na fe yenim komo e was Spain me ko bansa so ye madika kan dia tell dada we nya sam foforo se oko Athletic Club Bilbao winger Nico Williams so ye Bansa manager Xavi Hernandez I am fan of the boy enti ohwanim se abeba abaya juma ati amatim na enche bia na Nico Williams external contract at the Emma Athletic Club Bilbao release across a 55 million euros na Oko Deco and Xavier Suya, woman say Amberton players. Now, I'm the Arezi Sika, Nico Williams day, 2024-2025 a season. Also, see a kind Emma Tima, your from Bansa, and no a reporter. I can say and I play young court remanded as na enra woman Deportivo Alaves, a bomber a cat num Deportivo Alaves, and to me Antimo Adabraka. Na game no a bat na we and a coach Emma Deportivo Alaves, Luis Garcia Plaza, at the air to just Madrid squad no officer. Betimi aja enkai dumbi dia to era na ye no wom be ja era we e betwam no e be kai ma the players ne sa e san sa omo ewo talent spa and of quality omo op enti okan sansam ne wie ye na Don Carlo Ancelotti and so about some trophy with answer in some way and Luis Garcia Plaza at the air to go and also and cry talent and what Madrid also and Cotano and so a bomb papa and see a moment and Kaitumbi at the Atua for a future and no I Sama Don Carlo Ancelotti at the air to go not Don post-match conference no and we said Thibaut Courtois he says saying and usi one of them no keep clean sheet na asi Thibaut Courtois or progressive very well I am convinced say I'm going to London Kromo Nyanko Pomboa for the final of the UCL na oye good or good shape not looning and so our good shape to we happy so two goalkeepers nina obi a odana badambia abono matin at the club no Don Carlo Ancelotti on players one contract eba na we ye and no chem say until say yaba Champions League final at away on the first day of June 2024 our Wembley Stadium no say no and a players no and no coach I'm engine contract extension be a contract extension a secondary matter and no sema on the tuta na openi or kasaye on Ada Gula and on say clear Sir Hosa with 16 years now Osham Motimba or at the Emma Club na a super it's a 4 goals and what's in 3 La Liga games at the Ama Real Madrid now I say Akodano team no nyina e penasem playing body no emfane enyagro na aba expecting more at the afino nyankopon bo a next season na Danny Cavani fitness na et say and also obi atima hu na no game a ye boy am obi ahu no modimbo enra Danny Cavani obi a ehu no modimbo ni shape no elsoro o believe say going forward in the Champions League ebebo club no Thibaut Courtois and Ike Casillas meka amwa sem dia show na Don Ekasaye efa Lunin and of uko goalkeeper amra odamwo Thibaut Courtois no say 2 games and etima aka in La Liga ba ko at the ama Thibaut Courtois na ba ko ako at the ama Lunin o say yankamo Biante sa Bellingham Rona odama boy no obobo ni ye okay with Rona boy na elbow so far ama Madrid and a super goal Emma Madrid da bibia ekoye at the Emma team no Thibaut Courtois abaya one of goalkeepers one La Liga game na watimi ay sales makumaku edu the last time mad player bi etim APA na ya Ike Casillas bekaya na Madrid against Real Zaragoza in January 2008 and Oyerepa anopay yade sa historical antecedent na at the Emma war Javier Tebas president Emma La Liga na unimsa or conference bi say Argentina na speaker bakwa abakasa conference na say no na odi atudwa say good news Emma Madrid say want to Kylian Mbappe abaka Vinicius Junior and afa Jude Bellingham ho was say no guarantee our trophies na sa players we wa dobeka and say possibility say betime abo modern Champions League domestic football usika sembe kosoro esanse match day revenue obi abepe so obiara obehwe Kylian Mbappe obiara bepe se abahwe Vini obiara bepe se abahwe Jude Bellingham Rodrigo nom enti obo Madrid abaso with signer enti bia baba bontin se Mr. Kylian Mbappe Latin Madrid player na Luis Diaz madika ka say boy ne pese ofri Liverpool na opese okọ Barca Jayate HMS Barca for okay with Luis Diaz nebom adia asama na ye den kakra ene se awose amoton ansampo ena amafa Luis Diaz afi Liverpool team no a anopay mede sansam no eto anim on Oyerepa 100.7 FM on Oyerepa TV anopay ma yamfio na fe yanko Italy na yanya juma ewo Italy anopay na oko Luciano Spalletti na suya ono ena the Squadra Azuris of Italy national team coach odi atuja say ebe difficult say enka otunsa at the after Italian players amamada camp na ontunsa emfanfel Gianluca Skamanka or say Skamanka no Ukraine or believe when pa wa bono modern namum okaya or tunisa at the fair players match international break na on kaho or singing the Monti and one to the sa amfa no kwalascalia the agent and idea to just say what team nobody sorry no you say kwalascalia or quote him A or quote him B na or say ampo obefi Napolia this is Sika Olirio Di Laurentiis about satisfied with Sasicano and Sampo and kwalascalia etime afi Napoli team num yanko Atlanta so yeah and now our Stadio Olimpico amene Juventus and ebo Coppa Italia final na sa game no minfan to just afi watch Atlanta games won just enya dia sponsor bia at the anim Paramount Plus Jamete HMSA woman Atlanta etime anya partnership and Coppa Italia final and of the UEFA Europa League final against Leverkusen. You know say Paramount Plus at the amujasine enim Danilo captain Emma Juventus na Danilo Nsema what the to Gansa and against Atlanta. I was Stadio Olimpico a very difficult game a very gamer a very pa name say Juventus etime left trophy and na a better sa amu subai a better sa club no wo msebra afi eno aye Danilo Nsema what the to the Max Allegri or say finance abi say no ayana aye 50-50 obia etime etin kunim ama no aye na ono Max Allegri de oka and say wa betime afa trophy no aye wa u players ebeti instructions na fe omabo according to instructions agote amamo in the game na otwa nim say about left trophy and you be Italy na anopay ya juma ewa England live on Oyerepa TV, live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM on Facebook anopay Oyerepa Radio. Oyerepa live, Oyerepa Radio, Oyerepa live na Pep Guardiola and I confirm Kevin De Bruyne Enra on your knock I want an ankle and off not goalkeeper Edison so and you're okay so about 2 game so medical team no about so as players in Yankupomboa weekend so I'm betting Asiakai at the Ama City and answer woman team and more game to be now Pep Guardiola the warning I'm at the City players and say I Enra Yakototama Press Stadium Koko Din Kunim as a Nigeria Nam ono OPF dressing room and I say your game against David Moyes West Ham United. Sa game no I was say your team winning and TNT trophy in there celebrations mum fancy here and Postecoglou and run move with pa or confront to supporter be and I catch and say yeah the form come you know Uja and I say to when you're the referee club now supporting na I say club no in and out fundamentals and also foundational fragile and no I some and Postecoglou at the to coaches and players time and na Pep Guardiola and Odin Sempi at the to almost and my any kind entry video way and some po and my voice no juma at the amount born again and on himself akada nanka sam ya to Pep emra amuliti 1-0 na Son Heung-min efa Bobby what done where true pass on the goalkeeper any and son fabono pedantia son baby I corner cow left nan cow jatuo what you aha true pass on the goalkeeper I was saying corner left no that corner right na Pep na that fem no nyasa mketu akra wo nim sa de na wie o ade na aka nti Pep wie no say your son and Stefano Tega and a genius Stefano Tega and ka Arsenal and ka Ligno and ka Amati and no aye Pep and Sema what the tuta na Zamired na Pakikami at the Ache Christian Romero say nyana wanwa say in the World Cup final Dubabi and ka Emiliano Martinez Reneko I say you fine defender do be able defend it so ba as a goal na all day as a get no but no serious so say Manchester City first goal no na I was say enka Tottenham Spurs me ya hu baby Pep Guardiola I say am you ready for the final day against West Ham United Pep yentie no.
Now I'm tired, relax, and tomorrow start to think about West Ham. And of course, it's a pleasure to give us the chance to depend on us for the last game against this contender like Arsenal. So we have experience for a short time against Aston Villa. What happened? 70 plus minutes, 0-2 down. The most famous goal in our club from Sergio Aguero scored 93 20 minutes of QPR. We were 1-2 down 89 minutes more or less. So now it's Kudus, Bowen, Antonio. We're pros, so set pieces, channels. How is the team a team? Because Ortega saved actions. Otherwise, Arsenal is champion. Can be we don't win against West Ham, but that is the reality in modern football. In the margins are so tight. Kevin, you have a problem with the ankle, and Ederson have a kick in the eye, and swollen. Could not see properly, and I made a replay with the doctor.
Enti ankle injury when they catch Kevin De Bruyne na of Philippines I want ankle we do ba so na me goalkeeper Ederson na ohunbo ni ye we no say enwi okono mo Bianca City age Premier League no e say se bebo e de tia a certain West Ham United Kudus wo James Ward-Prowse Mikel Antonio nom woman na honti asa nkuda we set pieces near the arebo se panyan na that na I say no bragging right trophies in your horse and no and Postecoglou say mo Tottenham Spurs supporters yetifie ya shine come you know mo celebrate asa mo pima kutia answer for na mpima kutia na mo trophy cabinet me kwa mi hushe.
In these last 15 years, there's been years where Tottenham have had bragging rights, yeah? There's no, I've walked through the halls, mate, there's no bragging rights trophies in there. There's none. The pictures on the wall do not show players with a big sign saying we've got bragging rights. They've just got pictures of Bill Nicholson and the people who've actually achieved. And that's where I want to get us. And you know what? Funny thing is, if you win trophies, you tend to have bragging rights as well. So, and like I said, I just want to make sure that we stay clearly disciplined, focused on that. Look, it'd be easy for me to say that, you know what, just getting one over your rivals is most important, and you could do that and not win anything, and I feel great about myself. And
Senra Osha, the poster of Postecoglou, on your happy man. It sounds after game now, and I say, foundation, no, Emery, in and out the club, you know, Emery. Hints a Akwano Wajumaye, our Tottenham Spurs team num, Ellen Haaland said, Nukrenie, and Red Dubabi. Now, Fedye, I'm scared, Kaka. Or see games be saying, Yana Sanima Wigina, Eba.
Yeah, a bit horrible. I think it's a lot of emotions. We're nervous. It's normal in these kind of games. But we won. That was the goal. I don't care how we won. We won. And focus on next one. So Kevin was on the line, so I was a bit scared it was offside. You never know. But that's why we have VAR to check that it's not offside. And that's what they did. And it was a goal.
Mamenko tells you still you are England na Mauricio Pochettino and Brighton and Bebo and to just Nico Jackson. That is Nicholas Jackson. Was proven a greatest wrongs. Now your status is in Dubai. Aquano man for crowd friend ya Jackson. Onya there una chance I know about to akone or say some kofonina will prove I'm wrong on him sir yeah preseason number 4 etena to Didier Tabri job and T and number 4 expecting more dear fini was ko archives num Didier Tabri-Drogba first season with Chelsea. Nico Jackson has goals eternal. It will be a number Emma Nico Jackson, Manchester United. Amadi Kambakacho, sir, I'm up defenders. Nano Meka Everton, Asem, Echo, sir, Gerard Brathwaite. I know a defender. Woma Epenwo, on Misania Oko, Everton, Timuma, on James Tarkowski, Ewatiro, Enyabra. Panyai, Bono Ento, na Diate, Etem Gerard Brathwaite, no. £55 million. Manchester United. Already, sir. Roma Everfano. Manchester United. Colossal amount of money. And yet, sir. Oko, sir. Jim Ratcliffe. Asuya. When ready, sir. Dabi. Me pompe dia wa club num na summer. Ya the players papa etime aba. Every Ten Hag and Central for Wizard say hena obo game nu we obe say goodbye to United supporters na and also there be on Jinsa na South Philly no crani ho na Emiliano Martinez maka no nsem dia chew na Eric Ten Hag gentie enra na press conference for the two with his injury list and also the butcher Lisandro Martinez are returning into the squad.
Very good question. Licha Martinez, I think he will return in the squad. He did now some sessions with us, and we plan him to be available when this afternoon everything's going right. In the training, he will return in the squad, and then for some other players, we have to see Rashford, Bruno, Willy, Kamala, if they are fit enough.
I know Eric Ten Hag and his slot, sir, or Liverpool, or the fan of the players singing Eba Edu Gaspar. You say, why ready? Say, Nyanko Pomboa, or the defender, or the striker, and I'm famous for the 4 players, and Eba, why ready? Say, I'm best spend it, said the Nyanko Pomboa next season, Ebekoye, Ama Womo, Unai Emery, Abo Oliver Glasner, Abaso, with a Juma, Oye and Primprey with Crystal Palace. On this note, live on 2 times NCS best TV station, 3 times NCS best radio station, Oyerepa 100.7 FM. And then Kofon Crossing Semno, Esia.
And to also, Famamo on the studios of Oyerepa, live, Ewo Kumasi Doom, Bosheba Plaza. Channel so, today's post, a brand legendary Sometymer Otuo-Acheampong. Akunyano, what him, ebre say no, bra wodo messages eba obaje bre na afi watimi ahwem e de amaw metrase say ya na ya safuntwa hu ya me kire wade pa nke se wasi kuma se na afi wo panyema pa atimi ato a ya no aka sampa obekọ ho no akwa akotobi nti me kire se ewura huhumu ebo mpa ye di mpa ye Christ inspired ministry wa wie ne sane na nsa ye na me ma nyansa si entity hahan no na bra no mfanya aduru Tina power specialist yema me akotu edu ya ono so wodi ntintiman ewo mu wo hu to wo no na o ka sa wo senso de wo pa ne fita enu nti na behia Pepsodent cavity fighter toothpaste enu achi no no akofranco akopefon den ho din air condition na chese nyema ye kama na wo di cobra rice de obi odi bibia so ni da ho na waka se sika ya na de toto nyema nyina quick credit also bawura na so ye bia international mama abe tanaso apatapa new Johnson na no so bawura ho na afemi de ko Electroland Ghana Electroland which means say yes ura ho oh fe bibia de na kwam enti anopai de tiare sa Christ inspired ministry and America will say ye ko sokoban ampe you ya de education na no e de amount se kwasie da bia divine service no ya na behia so baba besasa kwa no hwe ha wa kwane a Nyankopon dare ho adi e ho no mo e 9 to 1 pm na kwasie da bia etodwa enura na ye brada na ohwemu a wotumu say yes omo ba cancel ni nyina no Nyankopon da bibia de kire wo mu a masha sie tu ho na mo a erade be yi ni nyina no de ya kwanse bia no besi afro mo so de ya kwantu ni nyina be bam eno ekoso cancel service no na ye nura 9 to 1 ene Wednesday channel so me no ka say the deliverance services no to dwa den 9 to 1 na eno so so na nyame admu a efiada morning service no 9 to 1 ntinhyehyɛ ya that Christ Inspired Ministry many baje se me hu ho sansa me kɔbɔ mpa ye ni bi ho wo se Yesu nti mesin nkonimdifo sokoban ampeyo new site hwa bibinia frɛ na afei yɛsɔfo kra mompa ye masisi 0243 263 899 ana 0246 249 753 nano so when a Christ Inspired Ministry and so akɔhwe ediabom sentia obia ekɔ feyi ase leg bosomtwe ene se ma menedin ene akosu do ya no wato no bo asie hospital ho wono no wa graduate from clinic or cock hospital ntino o wadro papa idini ye power specialist herba hospital power specialist herba hospital make I was a hepatitis B no obi de ye 1A owie ya owie wono kra utira anye ye na kwa besa aba wono de A B C D and E otu ase kune siatic no ama otu ase twetwon oba bi born no kobo ye enu africhie accident bi na si ye mfa bibia ye beba na afei ya ye ne kama akere so na be unsampa bo so oh he said ye obi ahumpo se obi bi a price a me kan sa kompo no na ye kase hania no ya ade a hawo ete ene su ene so tu ka ya de a de bia no bre ya wuso da ne wu Yesu colleague aye colleague ni nyina no so fola kra no so fola ama so fo dwa se wo so ye lie nso onya lie ni nyina no ene sangunya nko power specialist herbal hospital anopai debre nako feyiase Lake Bosomtwo Road opposite Jasbro filling station enkranfo no mobo modem na muduru kwabenya ACP main road takrade for wuhia yen ewo menoka said the Anaji estate primary hall mu a bon say eno so ye branch ne baako ewo ho we nyina mu no mu amona mu amopese munya hebaten heba mesha empower ne bi no immune system supporter achiredin jirikajiri heba Mr. jirikajiri heba mecha uti dinu a obasa wo todi anade koma okunu menkonom sansa wonumu a wahwade be yonda kanu hono assembly sifa koma okunu na afi won fanye jaso mpemo na hu sampa wo fira dumu ekwa dumu adro ya heba mala mesenso etu atridi no ase na afi honam ya no etu ase kofka de wonya pe wa obofiri kokoso ebebebo dem na etu majai no wonya tonic ni bi onum atoso Misty Heba, Apidang, Ferment, Danny Heba, Kolinak, Angelos Tabia, Adia, Mary Heb, Ikov, 0244 544422. Nano so what power specialist Heba hospital. Do be a Chinesia. Oh, I'm one tosso. Yes, a double quad Chinesia. Now so bofron, Debbie, and see that. So the Pepsodent cavity fighter 2 piece, Betro sent, that's Hadiano, a be able to war, may canasa. Times 10 stronger than in Kayano. Mauseno bottom by protector. That moon say yes. Was in so pie fita. Urado domuha na yinko kodene no urong na yina gubabi when you see the Profuride macrocalcium na fra Friday ye tena ho de no ejina abrane 175 big family park 120 Jakwa park 65 no na 12 in sachet no anu nso bi e ho no mo bia onam bia no make sure so the be e ko Ghana dental at the stamp no etimase at the personal cavity fighter 2 piece Pepsodent every smile matters na chese nyama aye kama edi amount Franco Trading Enterprise yes so Franco dear and Ike Oliver Washington View Hotel uti krompa and our day wo buy up menoba ko na Oliver atabotin Washington View Hotel yes the blazer crunch born but say yes nyama aye kama to no buy up or something called Franco Trading Enterprise na just okoje no phone fe Samsung no eno anu bia ehia iPhones no tutumirika na kwajo de ho smart TV no ranging from 32 to 55 tabletop fridge air conditions CCTV camera function no monitor video anytime anywhere bomadem so bakona so e Jaba Jewelry Challenge Bishop Adum Old Mekon opposite Kofor Clinic New Kejetia number 0245 316969 0245 316969 now ne Franco atime ahwabom sansan nyema papa na ebechan so e de amawo se de mo no obia hunu sampa enya be gudwa so no yasesa mu na ye die ne mu yenkodi mu bi ne enkoye se ehwam na ekopra yen kodi kokuma da bi ye di mu a ye be bo modem na me enya pomden abofra di bia ohunu ade ni nyini mu ye fe panyini di bi nso a utimu se yes de bia no opre so obenya bia die edin ye ba kope kwabena rice yenia kodwo adwoa kwabena abena sa kwabena rice ene da emo no so na ni taste no wonu a aroma na wo fie ho no obeka se wo di perfume bi ene de agu ba bi da bi eye no na agi fie ho ba bi afa kwabena rice bo modem na kope bi e supermarket shop ba bi ya food and drugs board at the stamp no etim asie say gbanyan quick credit and investment micro credit limited the medical bruce nyina no wo so wo ye bia e sikasam so de kojefu so na kan ye kwa obenya startup loan, emergency loan, salary loan, working capital loan, existing business loan. When you know, dia asomdwe eda ho. Wo kwa obusa ho se mini fie bi na me de akosia wo mini ka bi na judge be kwa na bedi machie ene de sa nyama nyina no ya twem ni nyina de afru ho. De o hia ye Ghana card. Wunya bia pe akire din ya de bosia ne de ama na berepam wakotua amanyama aye kama. De makan hihye kakra bi na di akire 0596 920 833 0596 920 833 0302 200 390 woko abe herbal clinic sickle cell specialist mrofro kra bebusa ni nyina mu no eye prostate pressure sanso and diabetes nkuro no say 2 was aye den obamodern ama ni nyina no atumi akọ hepatitis B pars menstrual problems wabo wano ache Monday to Friday 7 to 5 p.m. ebra watana say watana so apatapa New Side Junction 0243 345 392 0243 345 392 050 646 0208 na we drop at new site ama abe ya de bia dokro wono wahwew ama hoto no etumi aba ne kwakra mu no eye Electroland showroom obo modern na duru ho a nyema no so pe Samsung brand a ebi na siwo no media TCL Nasco solo so no de TCL brand no onfanya nkoda oba na fia bibia TCL chepa papa nti wo so kwaje bi na wa wo pe fridge no wa wo pe air conditions no efie de na setena ye dempempra de na wo kwa nhu nia wonto ndi jise mo wumu ne se wo to no na ye tew so huge discount ne asa chawade amunamunum ho a nti Castle Road Guinea Junction kwabatan kase wo ho ye won enkrankwan so de ubedru teka top high Obelab FM Santasen so allied oil nie na no so wato ache no 0543 554949 0543 554949 na no so wadru Electroland showroom ama enyama nyina no aye comment boss player esomwane sa
okay me that say Tino say bibia fine
oh nyame adom boss me adom
okay I said there need someone to talk to, please. Really going through a lot and feel like taking my life to end all these pains. Obina ascendi adiaba. Na bafo we no dia na bit my have I say friend me money din na bia but public we no send here. But say friend Deborah.
Oyoba. Deborah they are no mutaye ma.
I imagine or say my money din bia no be ben na said about wait me akọ ho.
Yemfa de ma solo betimi na kasa ma onya adwen sachara.
O say wonim ba bi owo.
Se phone so the number account.
Say we Facebook.
On fa number account.
No number account. O say friend Deborah na afri. Me bondi because bia no be nim na oben na. You look for her because say need someone to talk to, please. Really going through a lot and I feel like taking my life to end all these pains.
Me person me wish say we dey bia na bibi na tun nti say dey can be nkọ na moa because the last time I could be ba aha promise ha say ya e ma sa me friend ba kro nti me nim say bi so na na me nyini pani me ya me tada nyini pani mo bi nsa amfa sa dey nkoto na nkoye so asam kan yibe nkofo di a kire say hwana kasa
and they say who dey koto sa na dey no bi be yo
eno na me ye no
omo tired ba ho
me hu bi pe
ba we dey when photos na ne ba ne ade a na me chese o de basa na no ayo obi den
say no na menti ase no so mo de kope asem kon say de ne a ofra ahoche na wasa
we wetum de awe hwan
but say for me obi about me na me phrase sia
o de me tie na de be me ana very me so be den na
na wako hu se o ahohihia bi asikasemu
enye ska de ze ko bi abetwuro bi na mtie onum de ha me me be say issues of psychology obi o hia futuo ne counseling ska de ze mpantoa sai enche ska wa ha as he is going through pains go through pains
emotional pain and
I think that it can be sika the sika na ngofo tropedy omunyai because sika de ke yin be trubi ga make ma trubi ato go asema dam so I just say but eya na obi o hia kasa counseling but say sika dia wo de ba nya sika dia wo penya na nya no
that anti we say no yes you nim ni number nim kan bia be fa so aboa no ye be ni dey
wetimi atron de so otie antibia obetimi if is you obetimi I follow up
okay
so obi enye sika na me pe obi obekasa me ho keke
so
enti no o messenger de enye number go there are ways that they can do it and enye yen
second ya
maybe or they are too public space so it doesn't have to be us
okay obi abet makobo
ya kasi enya adaje si ye program we da kobo obi ebi na obi wo ho a obetime engage no no say nye sika sem na yeka sika de onka say you are going through pain
now for Christ inspired number
na sika ma pain dia
can
go for pain you are all pained nye sika sem
people are pained
very very pained ebi ana office easy
abon friend pass no meaning ti
and I like that babonti any headline enko 10:30 exactly na here or say it's fraud she always write this I contacted her once and it's fraud
yes
okay away Amponsantabiri
okay
or say it's fraud I contacted her once.
Yes.
And it's fraud. I was on my full story. What happened? What happened?
Because we did the work in it. Because my
that Udenya now on team so contacting what was the story? Okay. Alas Ambosengwa said the EPL is scripted. Cause the fixtures are always on point and timing is so perfect. Top 4 battle of games, relegation battles, and the trophy challenge is immaculate. General, best in the world for a reason. Those who prepare the fixtures deserves an Oscar award. Okay, I don't think so.
Let's be abon the league. Obi abon the way.
I don't think it's.
Anytime obi person.
Anti so ntimi she bowler mass na mfa ho. Bowi.
Minkwa no nyesa na wadwene. Me was Arsenal for be yes fix me and my head song 9 no the ball
no.
He wanted to place the ball. Oh the ball if you can give us the picture.
Okay, the last step before ball no a calculation ni biti ni kakra.
Oh the ball beat my re one how a song or send goal sir. Never how he kicked the ball. Oh the here but for her last kick, no, they were 9 no. So,
yeah.
Where? And you know, when Yana said the open, no, so raise the ball. But he couldn't raise it. So, and the better to keep a quad or go Boesiano.
Control no. Also control no born leading.
I lead in a guy.
You see, in terms of pegality, no, a bank keeper.
Instead of name who boss.
That's a go with my child.
Coach him, what you the pressure of coach him.
I'd go.
Hi.
Control leading a crowd.
Answer that.
Yeah, well.
You see, I'm not there.
Then
some of my people go point.
I can't use that.
Because I can't mistake or you say elementary.
But once I am football, sometimes you'll be a bit emotional.
Omunya bi bo Kofi Fapon na we saba kono so.
Na say BC and e na enye final match. What was we BC?
So we did quite to ever.
It's normal. They are the best team.
Yeah.
They are the best team and they deserve it. Just Arsenal born home modern part this season.
Arsenal
But they are the best.
And they are back on the
They be
but no. For me, yes, I'm mistaken. Arsenal has shown that they are getting more closer and closer to win.
Now, over last season, Arsenal were second.
Yes.
A better and in Tomzo.
Arsenal proves that they are getting more closer.
On says over Tumba could be there. On the moment this second, I don't go we second, no. We improve.
Yeah, we're maintaining second, but in terms of points, no. Any in terms of closeness, no. What you say? Minimum last season.
No, next season, Arsenal be say the baby hire you. There is a be a Pep in the audience. Yes, our first second.
Club ko so ko what you hear.
Ono ni baby ako.
Aba de nya de nko awo dia.
Oni baby ako. E no sisi sika anyo ne nkeda. O sin go for spend sen no bebre. O so obi amfa pen paper last 5 years. Last 5 years o dey check obi years.
Ya no me dey say o must spend.
O check ya obi spend bi nyo no.
Me say no kan no. Na me ne ya adwen too much because enkophobia man look like.
Hey, we so yes scammer now.
I'll be so the
well, say, Mr. Otuo, please, I really needed your personal number. There's a step I want to take, and I need your confirmation on it. There's a most obviously aware who you want to know. Yes, yeah, they're pastor now. Pastor Felix of Fair Anaman.
What do you want to buy?
I want to do it by pastor.
Hey, Biana, and offensive solo and access Amiso.
No, there's a number there is everywhere. There'll be my announcement number before we close today. Number the number I say obi any obi number na.
We what me say? O person no di.
We
nkomodi bi o person no di.
And you will give the number. But for any line enquiry, yeah, the number number 2 Jana Pastor Freya. Mo de papa ngwana mpe. Ni biasi nipa. Because me were in Besam this can be hey come on me were Virginia number say me dia idea
so I come
oh ba me say
and I found number and I won't cry so see there
debut
wow so I only be dealing
and I'm say and papa ngwane e di number no ebi mo
for me number man
because we Virginia managing program now. Oh, really?
Discipline Committee of Ghana Football Association will not spare the rod and spoil the child. They hit hard on an executive committee member.
Say a discipline committee of a body banning a board member, a director.
Ghana football there.
Ebi oh baby. Ebi an club ye bold say you are banned.
When the ESCO member
or a director, how can the
director?
Is a director of
Ghana football ni nyina
board member.
One of the directors ne ba akona ya banning no.
Board member.
We record we ekona ba ekona record so we say ni CV nyina no ntimba so. A big issue na that house I know. Say ESCO member ya banning no. That man lent in here for how long?
1 match.
And you're finding as I can ban and fan.
Yes, convict.
Where she say Senka Yanko yes convict.
Yes, convict.
The football yes convict no. And you know, and that time Mummy Musane say
or Chimia.
Mummy Musane say I say where they see it in Busana Kakra.
We are no Busan.
That's what me my baby Kakra. Now it's me here now. Ash go to draw court case against GFA. Ordinary appearing to meet Kurt today. Ban to be lifted. Ash go to play in Ghana League.
Ghana League there here.
Yes. Tama.
Ghana League.
I'm telling you the story of Ash Gold as of today.
It's the Ghana League bang.
Tama, you see, say mama, my bobo point sequence no. One, omobeko of door case in the court.
Oh, well, that's about saying that. Was it if Virginia crowd coming on air? Can be manage Jiffy. Alaza. Sana Oka.
I'm on for hard you.
Sana Alaza Oka. Who the buy am in your mouth? Okay.
That was all send a sequence na kweno. Enti as go the UK significant quarter and they am no ka say Odiniho is on his way to meet the FA president. Who say omo release them the ban omo say omo some engagement near the ade. Information I picking say the ban on Ash Gold will be lifted. And then they will look at where Ash Gold will place. Either Division 2, Division 1 or even Premier. There be Tobo. Would you to me at Tobo now? Would you win him? And some of the come you do it.
Tobo Ash Gold is a Division 2 club and almost more. And you know,
Mario Ash Gold was contesting the Division 2 thing. Am I right?
Contesting where? I know one also that I want to be road a court.
I'm Tobo no Comodia Coso.
So without a court case, the reason why I'm called court today, no issue about a match facing in facing the be and no crown on court. Now, if there's going to be a off and where just a off court settlement from Kwakwe, just I just to be there. Now we want Ash Good to be back. And you have to lift the ban on Ash Good now, let you figure out almost no. And they lift the ban. As I say, you are going back to where the ruling no. And this time unless they get ruling nasasana
you bet me so the Tobo no wo dia wo ya wo fo ba wo no ho kwan nya botre wo dia se nkomo no koso ya no ye di update beba wo do be hu dia be sie se division 2 on bebo se premier so on bebo se division 1 so on bebo premier you know tama if you are penyini show all the time that you are penyini. If your girlfriend tells you that she is leaving you, so when you sleepless night, the same thing applies to the players. So because you say almost you be one victim no man, almost they will get sleepless night. Me so me carry in obia. But
sorry the
Tama.
We headline with the say the old headline.
Debbie.
Child.
Debbie. Say no mo pone ne fa.
Ah no ade na.
E no mo pone ne fa.
Okay.
Eti ni fa na aba no. Ni fa no and say o say enkofo keka nsem o wetim nim. Ti Watara takes rumor mongers to the cleaners. E munya nsem keka on kan kire obia on so obia so obeyi play bia fitim. Munya nsem keka no ne kasa bebrebe no hweso nya ni tim. Tama pa so ati ase.
Matia say no do say bia every interview no.
Every interview nim. So we panyina ye panyini ye o.
Yes anyway. But ma dey chan no afa kwa so na no.
Just o ha no.
Na say me intro. Aso make.
Abeg.
Ono enu just are tie.
That one Watara so what dey say na kraba.
Yeah.
So ha tinkofo ehwe omo na to join house or lead Samates to Africa. Emmanuel Kayeke is in a fix. Emmanuel Kayeke is in a quagmire after Watara sold his ideas to him. But Kayeke wants to prove that he's a big team player.
Now to me, SLO ideas will be players. It is done.
Oh, Tama.
That's why Shannon didn't come under that. Well, where Shannon didn't come under that. Where is slave? I can't tell them we are. League now. A branch and remember Amasamata Sajano. Coaches have started confusing them.
Oh,
no, but how can you be player? How can you go and sell your idea to him while he's still playing for his club? And just on the contract, and I can't get contract.
Tama, yeah, can say, me no can say, Ateta players next season.
What is what I got selling idea movie there? Then you can't do that.
Oh no, Makasa.
No.
Mbappe for 3 seasons now. There be only Madrid for income.
No, Madrid will use an agent or be on yet related on yet clear. Wait, what's the coach?
Oh, Tama.
I'm saying that. No. Somebody could have a discussion with you, Harry. Say, "Bio, me nipa be here radio project bio. We want to make in football, but it is not in football. It's not the coach of a rival club, and I want Samates play. You could see I could sell it.
Well, the only nigga say no to Watara ideas the man.
I know Watara. I like I can charge you no pay more.
Saturday interview ko be repeat.
Hey, because a coach of a club, you go be play 5 matches to win the league. Is one is here workers Watara and say the players in your concentration. And put almost say next year obey you on free team no more. Then obi on the verge of winning the league. No coach here sell why dia mano. Say Brahmi team.
I want for who say on so person prove say we a big team player. Also back to ko failure. Amfa.
No, Matthias, about the league I say you are a big team player because small teams don't win the league. Tiana there. Once you are in the league, what team go to our league?
Less than Itipeni Arsenal.
Because but Leicester won the league whilst we were there. Haven't you proved that you are a big time player?
Less than Itipeni Arsenal.
Me tell say.
Itipeni Liverpool. Itipeni Manchester.
They say omo mo Aston Villa na omo de omo team edi 4th. Now he saying omo we did 8th ne. Ade no
oh, time. Aston Villa edi 4th but we Manchester.
Manchester. If you win the league with any team, you are a big time player.
No, man, I would say you can't big team, big club player, not big time player.
Big club player. What club is big? We win the league in a particular season. Are you not a big club? Are you not a big boy in a league?
No, you are not.
For example, you cannot be.
So far, the Leicester example now. When they won the league, how many of their players were able to prove at the big stage? Only Riyad Mahrez.
Prove at the big stage. Where is the big stage?
Big club, like a big club, but you prove it.
No, which one is a big club? The point is in a particular year, when you are part of a team that wins a league, you don't need to prove anything.
Oh, Tama, you might have a good season with a club will be and can no circumstances a mid table, Nabia or BB.
It's not you having a good season, but a club that wins a league in a particular season.
Yes,
you are the best. At least for that season.
Okay, drink water.
Make I drink water.
That Leicester City team. He was one of
the key components.
No, Chelsea. He couldn't play.
Oh no.
So that's
no.
He couldn't
there
play.
Are a lot of players who call big teams who want me more. There are a lot of players who call big teams who want me. Obi call big team free. I don't go for free big class. I'm a big class who want me more. You want some examples of players who join big class from big class they couldn't play. I hear Di Maria free by Manchester United. Wasn't it a big club? You couldn't play. And Timamon can say, no, that's the point. The example, make an example, baby. And go for big club, call big club, or Muntimimo. But me say, Kayeke say, what's not Samatex? Now it's only Samatex winning Liga. What prove say you are a big player?
But of you, Kotoko, and of course, Samatex no. Kotoko no went to me.
And I'm example say baby
so and I'm the big aspect no.
Oh meaning players be now no boy be free house ba Kotoko went me ammo. Now Accra boys be oba no you good pass play your buy. Now no be Asitolenu. So the reasons why you cannot play in another club in terms of small and call big.
Yeah, that's
I have examples of big to big omo ntimi ammo. And it was small to big to me boy. But I'm the only team D League there. I think that you are proving enough. You don't need to go to house to prove that Kayeke you are a good player. Anyway, me made the end. And go for a Manchester or Manchester baby.
I'm for Arsenal,
This is the only me. Di Maria, okay, Di Maria by no. The lefty pa.
Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, very left and quick. Sanchez or call to me again. And then more year was now. Where we go to me boy. Mkhitaryan so sa.
Arsenal with me.
But my use one more.
So they were League or Inter.
Mkhitaryan come Manchester United.
Europa League Manchester United. The best player in Europa League. The best player in Europa League.
Mkhitaryan wanted to go Arsenal.
Arsenal he failed, but Inter Milan he's a League.
That's how the man be hadri. Don't go anywhere.
So obi anu nyechi.
That's if I drink water be here. But that's it. So we just say any go. Another Akweko.
Oh, say manunko.
Okay.
So and right, you know who they see in the English Premier. Things and me making a class. I mean, this is not a match that I'm expecting. Spurs is some bit maybe. Me let's tell me factors. And say, forget about the kind of records and got to the advantage of Manchester.
But a born or bed the mine and Sanyako. A born soldier Nino, a soldier Nina. Born a soldier Nina. And your dear no, your wife no. Na yenye ntamni anko. Emso say Madalena mano soldier nibi. Na damfo anan ohene bi owe e bra ya ode no dora free kunadu kato kai bra ya mama ye call apre tama ye call ye bi ra husband o se ko to bra bi o to bi receive you say when je pa da no and the wife
last year obeye e ma o ma say example na say o
sa o men kai
okay obeye
mama ta o central market cosmetics from Nukru ya Boate o dem say me dey ya ye tudin
is a gentleman
ya na ye tudin
I like that man
na
to man fatu so me bium na man no da no ma
Brian o tie is here honestly
yes my wife every birthday who a wonderful husband
Amanda le dey ochina
who a wonderful
Emmanuel Dua o kai Covid so Covid okay obi am example Mosque say Hazard Eden Hazard
call Madrid
Covid na ntafo no na ntafo no o dey am ada don yen kwa ye chi e ba na e dey atoto so be dey
concept
Emmanuel Dua man no mo ye ntafo
okay
o ma di 18 years ne e dua ya dua na o ba for no hot fm news no
okay
o say nana kojo ame aba from picture ama nana kojo ame ya kumfidua eh so unu baby di no o to free dua we diabolic papa ko da no decided college science from 3 ti utia ona na aju ame ya kumfi ono yo ba ono wo infant girl ono infant girl
so no ben
SHS3 general arts o me ntafo
mo ben
yo
mankesim kwano na we was
okay
I
go give cuz ba kwa bananse do obiya ya so
na you discuss okay any na we so foforo you know
bon say do prefer fa kwa
Griezmann
no me am offer
no ko judgment
when more fast me offer me kasa more fast
mo nya de ama ba
we de nya nchen me am offer kasa more fast ni mpon
so be dey nchen unu ade yin ba no o se say dey
dey wadamfo no dey not santase no
oh okay
we dey nya nchen dan nya ni di na da so no
that we cause it now
ma do yen go so we
more fast complete one
Harry ntafo no mdi na chi ne baako o sa Harry ntafo ne di Harry achi o
so no yata
una di o
yata
ana di na di and wata no they no tesantans people pharmacy side and that's how we do work fast pa
nchen kra we dey
go fi ata the way
nimpo
na tano na ne bani
we ye miami dia
no fast no
unu aba yo ba
no so dey ufin
zakito ayira wo
bi amamre fofo
we dey miami dia
so be dey kwa unu bi ma zakito sa zeni nu aba ntene ba unu aba de oba ye wo no fast yo enya oba no so unu aba na ye ne ba no dia ka oseme ba
o yari nga wu ya we
and the way no hari every asantini we no oye ne wo faase a chese woni ofiri na busuam unu aba ma de okowo a obi ba na wo no
do ko busia bi mu
okwa busuam foforo mu
okay Zakito mu de no de anka ne ba direct because uza ho de obukọ ajafa
na Zakito waka na mamratro
is a Muslim in almost
Muslim nya enye kuru Muslim nye kuru titieni
once a Muslim no
ye ni Muslim mra wo ho ye ni Muslim amamre bia wo
Zakito
kan kuro mu din engase Muslim
oya santin kremo bi
ba the time ka sanete
Asante Nkrumah ba.
Oma papa as a unia say no okay oba aye
Overs.
offense o aunt. My be my papa. And sana.
Na ma say say ni abusua bi e friend no mosi.
So be Asante Nkrumah. Asante Nkrumah fa Asante amama.
Say Muslim for mayo.
What traffic? We don't say come back just so that we don't come here with traffic. I don't think. We don't to Edra young bought Manchester City abaso. Na Omoma league no GNO I difficult for every club. And no ana me ma bit of it. Say Mr. To you can say that. In as much as there's always somebody competing with them, no, their dominance no are obvious. In the last 7 years,
Obey said they all competing
but so in the last 7 years,
so has any coach dominated the league like this before?
Well, Ferguson and Timian do this extent. Ojene 3, by way Ojene 4. So. Yes, and again,
but how many times?
Ferguson 13 times.
13 times
yes,
league,
13,
no?
Yes, 13.
And it will not be fair to say nobody has dominated the league. Forget about the years. Forget about the years. Or the 3 you know.
No, but Mr. To, in terms of ratio, Pep Guardiola dominated the Premier League than Sir Alex Ferguson. If you are including years, even though I am not a huge fan of Pep, but this is something you can't argue.
Only the mass argument, a mass argument here difficult. Show him. One person makes the argument very difficult. So you see by in his early days, no giant. We are our ratio now. Obey chain, but the ratio never negative.
So you can say looking into the future. ABIN to us, that is that.
I make an argument here.
But as at this point. How are one dominating? A tresse, you told the Josie, they may be yet to change.
I I only drew an attention, say, Ofana say, as a memo was a president be or bar, the first 4 years, no, or Babo Modern Panty. Oko fan say, yeah, the following 4 years was the one so. And Tiana yet direct to say,
just sit here, the conversation is that one stay at one club and me, I enjoy the building, you know.
We are talking about the English football here.
But between
now Chelsea was our baby.
But Oba, no, not team that saw starting a building. But for Pep, no, or enjoy this consistency, you bet me at twice. Example here, can be just sports that I say. Example over so so first 4 years.
Many Marino.
No, I had a basa the next 4 years. I've been Robert Paul.
Many Marino. Apia Minian or attack him is it here. Aye. No matter me, as long as we will be everybody.
To one 4 years, the other 4 now.
Oh, the young boy.
So, the bottom line, you have to give credit to him. At least, when you're transfers right, the rebuilding of his team, when you're right. And one thing that you can't take away from Pep, say, the first 2 squad there have been a lot of changes in the players. Yeah. The players not yet static. Players need to decline. It be a free. But one word the other one managing affixes Adian. Now last season, checking Manchester City.
See, Jomo Koshego, you see it. Boy, I could be able to go. Oh, yeah, mistake. Foden pick ball and was a summer seat. Yes. Because I'm high line. The Tottenham high line is extraordinary. Who would the own best of much? And so we are in the second half. Almost starting ball now was a peg as a draw them.
Yes, draw them. Yes.
With the moment. So Tottenham started enjoying play.
Possession and
back up, then there's a goal.
Them possession, but they realized they needed to change things. I know they missed too for the substitution of Pep. Doku won a penalty.
Yeah.
Stefan also made 3 crucial saves for Manchester City. But Mr. Todename can say Guardiola team no undergo different form of phases. There was the company side that had Vincent Company at the back. Now it is Ruben Diaz. So City are moved from the timer. Now on the original Vincent Company. Now they have Ruben Diaz, and he had the transition on point. Yes, Sika Bemu, he spent a lot, but the transition was on point. City at a point started with Benjamin Mendy, no issues. One Cancelo Benenam left back, but now you get Netanaki, Josko Vardio, so more pretty or Man City left side. Don't forget at the point there was Zinchenko. Oh, then the core Arsenal, no, to me, City left side. And yes, static. There have been changes and it's been on point. Kawaka on the right side. But check how I will introduce Manuel Akanji and the Ababeshe team for Akanji to complement Ruben Diaz at the back for Manchester City. You don't have any fear. This particular season, you never can say. Last season, player back Manchester City power was John Stones. How did John Stones can Rodri who in the middle? And no count the City now almost 13 matches. Winning 2 as well. The J treble. This season injuries answered down by John Stones, but City are okay even in the absence of John Stones. That is the transition and the kind of adaptation of course in the Manchester City team. Moving from the Fernandinho era to the Rodri era. Yeah. Now, Otimiko almost 51 matches unbeaten whilst playing for Manchester City. Ike Gundogan ko, but one or the other, Wetimia manage a year Mateo Kovacic and they are passing the way through and they are doing well. Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez ko, but City now can trust Phil Foden to get the job done. Raheem Sterling Abako, and don't forget City Premier League. We Sergio Kun Aguero. Next play all goes by Raheem Sterling. But we had the Jack Grealish in the last season. This season, Jack Grealish and said that but because of Jeremy Doku, City are okay. And these are the positives that you have to give to Pep Guardiola in attempt to build the Manchester City team. He almost gets everything right. Aguero Abako, but now Haaland is doing it. Gebe Jesus Abako, now Alvarez is there. It was steady as obi back up and just static way back up. But offer way be shame no assistant your offer way be shame.
Also coaches no chi omusi ochiro ma de Premier League coaches.
What's the more can aside ne competence no the underline with this money. And yes. How the team
the guy has asked a question.
The owners
the guy has asked a question. Osama Yenkwechi enko 5 years ne checking the expenditure of all the clubs. He's not on top.
All the clubs.
5 big clubs, no? Or no, because in
Premier League.
Premier League. Some people have spent more than
him. It doesn't mean he doesn't spend. It doesn't mean he doesn't spend.
He was responding to this same question you are asking. No, say can expenditure. Can you on the dasro?
There's something more.
No, but
so people want to play down. Say, oh no, he spends more,
which is true.
He spends more, but he says that others have spent more than him
in the last,
and yet they are struggling. Also, the question they go 5 years.
Make us a team, so to make us how the understanding of your employers. On the way system, you know, Pakistan take you over now. They brought in Pep Guardiola, who is one of their own, and they feel a project that they are going to do it. And the understanding of them is one thing. Because some of the things are
no employer will understand you for understanding you sick. And for understand only one the trust they have for you and how much you have delivered within the short time. And the projections are no boom. And to say obi chawo team ba kumwa. And yes, businessmen, yes, he's giving them, he's in sync with their projections.
Yeah, but sometimes is there say trust you even when you are all for time. Even of course Manchester United. If Manchester United should keep Obi to say Ten Hag. It is not because he's giving them what I said Obojumano.
You know why they will keep him?
They will keep him because they feel say maybe why be that.
No,
why you be that baby?
They will keep him because Yajitum say injuries have affected his style of play and his plans. No, say I mean, business otie. In Jumaya ni adono yankasi epese asem ntontra o. No, because they say like Itombeba be argue say last year when he had his 2 center backs throughout the season, na ne modern motising. So I'm passing throughout the season when your injuries more than all the of course go for argue say Chelsea has that. Say injuries na hand na say you convince say I'm passing injuries there. Let's give him the chance. They will not do that because
that one is there.
That one is there. Now what me convince you almost say, looking at what he has been able to do or potential to do more.
On say.
And yeah, sorry them like I say we are taba sorry nti.
So
yeah, man.
No, sorry. The Roma City are cost for normal progress. No Manchester United have struggle any difference in here. City owners no. They understand say even say Pep Guardiola kotona and fampa because of the track record name say or transform players. You have an opportunity to buy another. For example,
maybe I disagree.
The first season when he came, set up Pellegrini the City League. Champion normally
semi-finals of
the Champions League. But no, the league a year before.
2 seasons before.
I don't know what. No, my buy in the first in Champions League and go to league will be third. You see the point. Even though Rafael Pellegrini keep on in the Champions League, obedi third. I don't know buy the first goalkeeper Joe Hart. We work for Bravo buy, right? Oh ye all the trust no. Say sagna money say you money na free.
Na why na buy one ye bi?
Make us.
Coach be aye
50 million pounds or more them buy. But still when me and she would not want to pay. But no Champions League wan go be ya. And Monaco we uniform.
Na City no say no wan go Champions League be here.
And Monaco you be uniform that a year no. But after that no, they continue pushing. But Manchester United will not do that.
They will do it.
As much as Capi.
Manchester United will not do
They
that.
will do it.
I'm not a big fan of Pep Guardiola.
But
the bottom line is, Pep outside the first season here say, after the first season, the ratio of his transfer successful ones ne kosoro than the failing. The first season the omo failing the dorsal than omo successful. But after that, or signing for
the guy is special.
Manchester United will not allow that.
They have allowed it. They have allowed coaches. They allowed Mourinho.
They never. They didn't. They didn't.
Mourinho first season.
They didn't. Tottenham.
No Mourinho dey pour baba. No Mourinho dey pour baba. So man na go
to Europa League.
That is not what they want.
Manchester United, but yet they
say it is not winning the Europa Cup na teams.
It's about what?
They look
at
it's a
trophy.
Maybe. And your trophy keke.
And my home the chance to play the Champions League.
They look at what you are building.
Okay.
And not winning, not just winning BBU. Now say
the one time my coach
Arteta and the first one the FA Cup.
If the coach request non for
one FA Cup. Since they were the BBU. But they look at the progression. And you're winning cup will be keke.
And are you telling me under Mourinho under Manchester United was he not progressing?
They realize that
but maybe second now.
And you're no
I'm so I don't hold it.
All the other coaches. I'm saying that when any board at normal area say obeda, they will look at several factors. And your result be a unya season kwa number. Some tenacity mudi munkoma obia on the project. How do you get aligned with their project? It's one. Yeah, Juni boom. What I say, you come my ye those are the things they also consider.
Good.
Say be out there be out no board voice ya. Now kasa. Now do just ye can say more abontin basa. Na we say and a team be his player be his excellency. And I me player and Tom me. No, let's yes,
that's where that disagreement comes in.
No board will allow you to continue.
And you make us say yes. That is why that disagreement.
Oh, Graham Potter, and your supporters are no a bit more. The guys were keeping him because at that level they almost teeny projects are see. It's not always the result alone. What the car now the man or quiet one vesica Matthew and Pariama, but the car is okay. And you hope say a maybe baby. What that for the Dokwangwan?
Was a not Cabi Pep when I record you say
they
said the cap. Let's not go to
let's focus on Pep.
The issue is that when it comes to the transformation and the transition of the Manchester City team, you have to give him credit.
When
it comes to 7 years, now with me maintain bias. 6 out of 7 now, 6 years out of the 7 years, with me maintaining in the English Premier League. That is brilliant because within that 7 years, you have key players in your setup. Some for more deep. You have key players, the ambitions of the manager. How eager manager no or just trophy or so piano or the next one. Some players will be satisfied with baby Omedru. Mr. Tuye independent, you will be or her. The target in a sense can major Champions League back on. Minya salary so na minya league be me no bia me okay. But this is a manager you can see that is extremely ambitious. So through her, you need to one way or the other reshuffle your setup. It's all fresh squad no. Send your squad no ammonia stagnant. In doing that, 1 year your team will go down because that means you might lose some key players. So when you check Manchester City last season, Omulusu Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan is a solid player, at least especially a true general that tough movement, our character and experience. Obiabedi Adams for almost 3 seasons now. Way which is closer to Manchester City, but the last 3. The influence of Ilkay Gundogan in the last stages, interesting. Riyad Mahrez, City bo, not the Mahrez Ibema, solid. So the Sterling Ibema is solid.
Special.
But one way or the other, one maintaining now, Phil Foden is a key player in this Manchester City team. Watch the progression of Phil Foden from a player academy. Man training with the senior team. Man 2 matches. Man 3 matches. There were people who even rise up to say that listen. The talent in Phil Foden, City in Yusuni. But now, with me managing a key player, and this season you can't talk about City winning the Premier League without Phil Foden. And you have to give credit to him. Bro, top 4 on free modal. But last season, when things went bad for Klopp, top 4, that is what happens when you manage for a longer time. Everyone now. Key ones ni frima obetiakoachi. You have to give him credit. Yesterday you have to give credit to him for his wonderful job. But we were still talking about coaches. Una Emery who deserve about somebody. Managing 3 different clubs to the Champions League. In clubs are among Champions League teams are now qualifying for the Champions League. Enya idea normal with them no. Manageable on 3 different occasions here about. Or the Villarreal or the Sevilla, and now the Aston Villa, in the English Premier League. And he's also the only manager with me born on Modisha City and Osasha Arsenal this particular season. In Tiakasifo, no, on your Bob Presso, How, and teams also can on Mafia City Kakra, and on Mafia Arsenal, so Kakra. In this
6 points,
in this
6 points.
In this particular qualification, so deserve a lot of applause. I think since 1983, Aston Villa qualifying for the Champions League, a more asset. Now, Oshe clubs and Kayebe started Premier League. Mr. Otuo-Acheampong top 4. People were thinking about Newcastle repeating it.
Yeah.
People were thinking about Chelsea. Sebia Pochettino Habano, Obetima getting them to the top 4. There was Eric Ten Hag, there was Spurs with Ang Postecoglou. But Aston Villa FBT all the odds about Rema.
First season,
this is 2nd season.
Last season, boy.
Yes, no around.
Maybe I join midway.
Yes, into the Omedi 7th. Pick them from the 11th position.
From Liverpool, Gerrard.
Yes, Gerrard.
Okay.
And at the time of and they were around 15th position. Wow. The Omedi 7th. Wow. And this is what progressing to a year. What do you call the Champions League proper, and there's something that you have to give credit to them.
Thank you.
Sir Alex Ferguson, the beginning of the season, and it add value to you. Say a dear penny tiwa ubehuno a college and people so crowd. Their first game was against Newcastle. Lose 5-1, and after the game, Sir Alex Ferguson said, "Club of Ben who said this season, or best surprise you will be or say Aston Villa," and almost I think that Carragher was around. They were all surprised. Why will Sir Alex Ferguson club or lose to say CA? Obeka said, "Oh no, never surprise you." No. He said Aston Villa. That's the club everybody should watch out for. Okay. And indeed, look at how they play the part in who wins the league, and look at how Ometimia make it the top 4. Unai Emery deserve applause for his wonderful job.
But that's it. Zach.
So, as much as it be a Sunday, you need to be sure on Sunday. Na ebe na isi ade also no University say league no ombeje ebe ombetimi age league no e de atwa so 4 e honom no omo also no favor omo. But honestly, you cannot cry Pep Guardiola have never gone through what Arsenal do from, you know. The like what he went through and season way, you know. Because said twice Liverpool and then the 1 point in the beat. If you go back to those seasons, for example, 2018-2019 now, Onya 98 and Liverpool 97 no. 1 point Liverpool team on the 26th week. Like about 26th week, you know. And Everton Liverpool ball goalless draw be. And City kwashe Bournemouth 1-0 and beka 1 point.
I'm the course.
And the course I don't mean matches nya no nya ko wie. Oba ABR 2021-2022 1 point and about more difference mu. So to as at 37th week. Yeah, 36th week. And City ko ball 2-2 draw. And City kwashe surrounding 2-1. And the year 36 week, you know. Now the point difference between City and Liverpool now 3. Now 3. City drop a point 1 and Oko 90 points. 37th week. Liverpool and Oko 89 points. Then City won his last game 93 and Origin League, you know. And even those 2 years now, Liverpool and City Eko sa 1 point City DG League for Liverpool in seven. He wasn't stretched. Like you could see Yandra, if you see Pep Guardiola on the bench, use a papa way, I feel way there. What bre papa. And to sum it up, you see from that you song chance no. So born again you say born no more. Sabo I think to net man papa no kiti senka omo free stadium no. Because what I did ever see so at that point no. Born tornado mu a take him tamper every park and so. You could clearly see he was 85th minute. 95th minute. It's a born tornado him say Kim. Nanka a problem. Born MS video now person me hia there. Time son epia born first one no. Unse any player bia do be say obepresent no ahwe goalkeeper no. Do hwe so a. Opia born first one no. He has watched the goalkeeper and that space. The time of kick ball on the nanity. Yes. And time of kick ball, who's over kick ball on there, you watch the ball. Not on shaky no. And see, who there, wow, TV, don't say, oh, send a space that I say. Who there, you have the luxury. And see the ball and coach in the son. I say, at this stage, you see the, I'll put the Wabeno. I don't Wabeno. Who there from Okoye Chekakra. At this opportunity was he. He has seen the goalkeeper. But how about one day? Nanity and it is so eshabon. It's yeah, TV there. You can easily say, nice space there. But if you are in motion football, Saji Mobetiasi, Mizo, one
himself ball, and ball, happens on a Siasiana. So the end also born wife Abidjan by a can look up football yeah. But honestly Asiana man who say but no but two your Christian on a man who saw Bob honestly Asiana man who know German and jail was a penalty man who petty pele no but now about two uja now child be a bomb
so
uko fawa
no to one person I respect for him akoso pa Ange Postecoglou. The man has shown say he's a man of integrity and he's a man of
most coaches will do this
principles. Unim say born my video na on support and you kwa no first go no buy na first go no buy na
say money we want trophy room and I get no
first go
Champions League akọ
first go no buy na
mo bom nsem omo to time ya show no omo to omo nyom no the Manchester ko bi
MS City
I don't want too much. You go and go say. They sing to say, why. Who's that man?
Glory.
Oh, glory, no. Almost 2 me support to city side your mobile home.
So,
yeah, I say no. First go no, first go no share no. And a supporter no, eti ne chi. Omo te chi na omo ye against. I don't say, hey. When chai na me ne nya adwe. Ana ko kwa. Na really. Say utieni postmatch no.
Omo ne city for net na yo. O he baby a city for net na talk tell for. Omo ti.
O say the postmatch no, o can say me.
come on no.
O say in this stadium. O say in this stadium if one matches like lately with the support of our fans, but today it wasn't there. Time now, and you know, and why they now? You see, time now, why they know? All expect Saka supporters are better behind the team, no. No, no, team just and fire when they see him, and fire. But you could clearly see, sir. This was a team. This was a team. The manager and the players, me, I'll be a bit of this back and say, born on the ocean. And just for example, says yeah, I keep an ear.
The park and Sunday and happy in you.
How can you tell me that?
That's
because it was a it was a brilliance of the goalkeeper. But for that goalkeeper, okay, I get different story in there. I bought that all of them extra born very well. Especially born you know Kuseski boy no. Oboni pa just that the goalkeeper on that day. Was not because I am blessing this guy because Ederson could have been a goal that boy is Ashano. Even though he's a better goalkeeper than
Ederson really safe so.
And but to football ABBO
conclusion idiot.
So it's I think Tottenham show say yes they played very well. Just that City no. And even in their bono they are not in at their best.
Players not yet extraordinary players. He's a coach.
They were not at their best.
Players be brave man. It's a Kovacic. More do my coaches be. Who do my coaches be no Premier League?
Now is that the only
ba mumfa Casemiro man.
Sabo changes no. Unso chepa. Bentanko changes no. And the course no. Ko time okoye sa unnecessary tackle yellow card no. Your move for that so game when you are ready. Let's go in frame because Sabo
people dey go to Nzavoza.
O say Sabo so
but one na fire Nzafa ewo. More repeat Sabo me we. I don't know Nzaka fa hoza.
O say bo
say you are in Zana make am.
Say say no I dey chew.
Anu ai say na sa o.
So shot across there. Now one here the Onana there no. No, but shot across there it comes
it's on kokode small
angle.
Na no.
No, say na make say Jibu. Football no there. Time no make kick ball.
Akwesu Panage. E go take out go. Like me that Jibu. Yan kwa na mra na.
Dr. Gofiasa for Jesus
Yes.
Or here from London.
Okay.
Doctor
Asna kese pa.
So and na so say asem na American of am so. Yeah, traffic light is our faho. Megusu amega da man for na fi.
O ji signal say o mo traffic light nde.
O
tutu free.
Car bo hwan na do mo ye kwan car bo bi. The other car be bo. The other car be bo bi police in the car be bo bi o.
Police o check traffic.
Aye. Nti megusu amene boys ni didi nkomo no more workers no. I gusu aye tutu nyoma ti dana e beso oh dey be wo kwa me fa so agem de nyona ba kire me mi nya wo yi
aseba was be issue
ti dana e be e de koma police na police jituma adana e be demonstration e mi nyina be kwa park e cars dey good traffic light wo ebi nko bi ma
say illegal
na see am e kwan see enye demonstration
obanka park your car
Mr. Otuo
say park your car demonstration
I don't know why di
oh say
men come matching but me feel say siasia ne say wo bed mo ne nipa kakra eba say wo di coaches won komo a no mo di sikasa mo bemu no they are not being fair to Pep Guardiola as a coach omonye fair to Pep Guardiola and sadly we so be ma me kwan aka ne mpese me yifi amanfo tinu kakra
any fabra ye chen you from that ye chen
because manaya say is as a Pep need the only coach of spending. Anytime be already trophy be because Pep has spending. Pep has spending. But mu as a Barcelona not spending. Pep not spend over Barcelona. Then one can.
Nobody said
that. Barcelona not spending.
Obesity.
Now Barcelona not taller than Aves. No no to educator. No no to Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
He was not spending more than any other person. Now you 1-1, but not
Pep time
of the team.
Pep time at
yes,
Barcelona.
Almighty Messi or Iniesta, Xavi, these are players are not on level. No,
Pep Guardiola and the two to Henry. Pep Guardiola and the two David Villa. Pep Guardiola and the two Daniel Alves. Pep Guardiola ya can answer me. Siasia. On the two Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and it was the most expensive transfer that season. Time Omo exchange Eto to Inter Milan, Zlatan Ibrahimovic to Barcelona. But the person making
the net spend of Premier League clubs since 2017. 2017, few no kind. Chelsea di kind. 672 million. 0.95. 5 year biya there. Number 2, Manchester United. 594 pounds. Number 3, Arsenal. 550. Number 4, Tottenham Hotspur. 459. Number 5, Newcastle United. 414. Number 6, Man City. 326. What is gross? Net spend. What is gross? The net spend nene say me was siasia me de na ekọ na makwa akofa Harry. That is how you can judge anybody who is spending. Obi o obeja aka no ho no akofa ka be ka ho. So the net spend is your income and they are your waton.
Balancing the books.
We are gross no the only.
Then you find gross no na
me can net and gross no say
gross
total amount you spend. You want to see it.
The total amount you are spending. Yanti been free move. Just a man young confusion growth. Send the Manchester United squad wo ho yi. Wo so okay makwa goto Anthony on Momodin. Timidi Anthony ko. Na makwa akofa Vinicius aba. Enya na ebe jaji coach no.
Baby. Ono dey na say
City's net expenditure because of how solid their academy is.
No, Jibo. Enya your academy the free number examples. Your academy the free number examples of players who left City and how much they cost clubs. Opa check it. The players who have left City. Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Riyad Mahrez. Oh, wow, Ojao in a good state, and then you bring money to the club. Is that not the best way to judge a coach?
Yeah.
Nyankofa net gross made above way. No credit or Hanamaka.
So, the dominance in the Premier League and to translate it to Champions League.
Now the Oba will be at the Champions League channel.
No, I didn't even transfer to that.
There be Oba and will be at the Champions League channel England one. Has any coach been better than him in the Champions League?
At least only
one ayapa.
Both coaches are much only
one ayapa.
Klopp one.
And now one, the number of times he has been to the finals, semi-finals, and others.
How consistent?
Give the guy the credit.
Twice. I said.
Wabo semi-finals. Wabo semi-finals. Wabo quarter-finals. Yeah, Kase
Pep Bar.
The guy is special.
Pep Bar Premier League. City makes a Champions League that way.
The guy is special.
Squad do better.
I said before Pep, but now City are almost 4 seasons missing the
Champions League. I know there'll be no
more. How many seasons has that about final?
On the 7
no, I'm just saying.
No, some question. And I'm saying, and expanding. Or expanding.
7 years and some odd.
On the Chelsea, can't send no final. And son
6 years and no final.
Do as what does a Pep Wakochi City 8 years.
7 years, isn't it?
The 5th year he was in the final. The 5th season he was in the final.
Okay, so 6 and 5.
What I'm trying to say is, my take the credit away from the Jumoye, because even when you talk about gross, whilst Pep Guardiola the signings at all clubs are working since our professional level of coaching, the clubs are coaching Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Manchester City. He has spent like 2.08 billion euros. In second place, Jose Mourinho 1.94 billion euros.
Just have coached more clubs.
Forget about more clubs.
More years, more.
Forget
clubs.
about more clubs.
More years, more. Clubs.
Next to Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti. Next to Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti. 1.84 billion euros. After Ancelotti, Max Allegri. Then Diego Simeone. So
he's leading the pack there.
So what I'm trying to say is, so who should kind of involved now? You cannot say Pep Guardiola coach or the spending coach.
But on the lead,
no, what I'm trying to say, we can move to other areas.
Because nobody has said that.
We can, yes, because Ubetiaka said he's spending because at the same time, Mourinho problem on Manchester United. They say at the point Manchester City players be for mobile. No, omuntimi ntomo. It omuntimi say man is can go for players now open. But we share even last 2 seasons. Check his scout this is Chankune Gabriel Jesus. Scout give free us now. This season before I got to Jeremy Dokuno, Zoto. Omoto Riyad Mahrez, I'm gonna call Saudi Arabia. She's got Moji from Saudi Arabia. These are all factors. And then yes, Obi Pawasa man no atam the company amawo. That person is not a professional.
Nobody would.
It's here Katiski be standing one no. Zoto UAE for no to no. They have way Pep Guardiola and what they will benefit from Pep Guardiola as a coach. And no matter trusting say with this person we can succeed. We can get more success. So what did they mention say? See I say I am fair human show being sakwa. Obi or your professional work on process I say Abramadan for to be the adwuma ma. If you don't even have the qualification and I want to be man the hopes of a company no be successful. It is hard na no. Sometimes
No, I just wanted to establish something. You've done that.
So establish it.
Under the highest standard.
And in this situation, Mr. Coach is here come me. I never heard anybody saying Mourinho is the highest spender when he was dominating the Premier League with Chelsea. But he was spending than any other coach in the Premier League.
But also he was winning.
But when you talk about Mourinho, when you talk about Mourinho, when you talk about Mourinho, our coach Chelsea, or coach Premier League, you know. I know I say. Not Chelsea, I 50 years, no money, no beji. But Obiano attacks one and next
man, home run.
I'm saying, okay, Obianka, okay. So Obianka, okay.
We are not being fair to let's cherish this. Forget about this. Forget about this.
0.7 million. Kawaka 52 million. Ruben Diaz 61.2. Manuel Netanaki 40 million. John Stones 47.5. Rodri 62.5. Jack Grealish 105. Ellen Haaland 51.2, which is even understated. But Kevin De Bruyne 51.2. Bernardo Silva 43.4. And look at the price tag of the players.
And now one is who to play at 113 million.
If somebody says, money has also played.
But you can't. You can't just do it. So you bring the other club and give the same figures. Although some just a Pep a Sicano day. So bring any other club.
No, you can talk about Liverpool and the Robert.
You know why it's here. When somebody is special. That's what funny maybe be fra.
So you fan fry.
Maybe we are saying that this guy will prove say he knows how to do the job. And nuntina to say Jeremy Doku mebo. Jeremy Doku. Zakito, how many clubs would have gone for Jeremy Doku say Omrame solve this big problem? He identifies Jeremy Doku, who is an average player, brings him and look at him. There are other players who I want me and you say you. Show they say Akanjimo. They were not special. Also, the board will tell you it is what how you convince your board.
How they convince
you? Look, this is the Premier League.
Some board are not prepared to even listen to that.
I only
that girl is 130 million.
Obey yes, the board
that was the case of Manchester United. Manchester United has struggled
in the top over. And you're in the top Lukaku. And you're in the top.
Anthony is saying.
Oh,
Anthony is saying. Anthony is saying. He's the best.
As at 2000. As at 2005. As at 2005. As at 2005. Chelsea eto Mike Listen at 32.5 as at 2000.
No coach has dominated the champion more than him.
Chelsea eto Mike Listen.
Nobody.
2005. 32.5 million pounds from Olympic Lyon. From 2005 to 2024. How many years? Check the value of player transfer. How I say increase. It is a nay Obito Doku at 60 million. Now in 2005, will be 30 million, 40 million. How do you come and use? How do you come and use? How do you come and use? How do you come and use?
But that's Charlie, yes, but that's your best.
The ambassador may establish in the ambassador may establish.
Yes, born.
He's a good coach.
The ambassador may establish.
He's the best.
That one, me.
He's the best. Not a good.
What's the best? What I want to establish is say, and they are Carlo Ancelotti. And the success in the Champions League. Yeah, can. Yamfa Madrid this season. How much did Madrid even bought Chouameni? Omoto Jude Bellingham say. Even Vinicius, I know for the South American Brazilian League. Omoto say.
When I said it,
no, but
Bellingham okay, this year.
Mami.
Now you can compare.
So what I'm trying to say is
you're comparing
all these coaches here, all these coaches here. Yes, spending the money. My manager said Pep Guardiola and Kwan spend the money.
And also, who expand the argument now? I just find you know. Say nobody has said coaches and spend it, but we are talking about the super spender. And who is Pep Guardiola na yeka?
Records be interested.
Oh, just talk about boy.
Records be interested.
What team are we interested?
No records be interested.
Oh, there's a record that shows that
he has been with this team. He has been with this team for 8 years. All my do am compare no. Obi ejuma 2 years near Yinedi. Still season be are spending. Ne be akọ. Ye ka say ba akọ do ko enim baby. So if you spend year on year, obviously you spend more than them.
For nani din komo.
Ama
Fanabachi.
Yempre o. Yempre. So bari anko. You fi bafo. Yanko ne yempre.
Me no men kasa en ba men kona.
Yeah, yempre. No one kasa.
O me no go for them sure that. Oh, no tell mommy.
Me kwa me kasa one man kasa.
But asam we be set record straight.
The guy is special. Say Makase last time say I think you should write book on management. No, intro book on management for every manager to read. Seriously. Oh, Carlo may have a style, but I think Carlo no. I just say ejuma mano. Na nye eyi obe break akra. No Mama example. Share how he's able to get rid of players and replace them. Okay, season Omg League or they Haaland buy.
Still compete.
Or they Haaland buy.
Understanding of the manager.
Or they Haaland buy. Who's that like Gabriel Jesus move free? Not for a long time. He has not played with a striker like Haaland before. Nesta no more with that kind of striker. So he changed his style for the following season and brought a typical number 9. And look at how it has worked in 2 years. Then he says, look, let's forget about the traditional number 2 and 3. Play with 4 central defenders as my number 2 and number 3. It works. Share the first one, John Stones. How he used him at the inverted role. Look at him. And the guy is really changing everything about football. Maybe who will be the number 4 and 5 for about 2 and 3. That. My example. Coach Benny. Coach Benny.
Ferguson yende.
Or the one.
No, the John O'Shea and West Brown about 2 and 3. Or yende that
Ferguson West Brown. One just say. Using typical. Oh yeah, na Ateta suya okofa ben white kobo. Ateta de ben white kobo. ɛna nei onu ara na kola ni di nachi
West Brown
so bobo West Brown akwasa Bianca so na di for to ba all the people pass ball by
ya na wo team a support
Obi dominate Champions League.
aya wo ja wo team a support ko Man City bo aya hu zo club no as mo coach onya de
Sana de bia moka.
na that is the truth.
Sana de bia moka.
Anytime you watch Manchester City and how they play, you sometimes feel say club that's what you do see.
it's true but akwani expression
This is my AC like coach.
On the finance
Exactly
City abobo say.
oh managing media no crab problem
Tama, in recent
on the
years,
obedi ani o
Minkai,
was over say to Champions League ma be Europa abeku
master ho.
me ko che 4 e wo kronom no
Master ho.
I'm out for the messages.
Tama, in recent years, Minkai season Ghana football, yabwa yenya say ya charge clubs for various offenses. As in season way, ebia so we bet my time bia. But I think season way a kosoro. Ya charge clubs, club administrators, coaches, players. You see, Tama, the other side of it is that let's say your game no in discipline no I was ropa. The other side,
the other side.
The other side of it also, and he say, normal and koye in terms of a bit of say the pesika and also the other side also say e bi kra na omo ye involved no omo nti emra na say no ma see the other side also say omo so implement mra no omo so e bia omo so no skill no omo preventing ye na say omo so kra problem omo nti ase enti whilst ye hwe ne say no say obi ade e be charge no obi ade ne a charge no obi ade ne a charge no as I say your sunshine your turning the other side of the coin also so because Tama I don't know the day one here charge no be useless na be ade hunso sonso no abaye more damaging ti said ye esi wo be chem here ye dey charge almost obi a no involved bia has been charged including an ESCO member one okay board of director of the Ghana Football Association a director you charging no if as I say taking a coach no what me hold the game a whole game in hostage quite na center circle say o me mobile no because e normal e koso no afi won timi nyina no bie mu a e kire say no me bi no koso why so mo game no so mo money kon
okay
enti yesre wo mo charge ni de me mini problem why obi ye bone na say ye twena so ye ntwena so but say e koye e baabi asemra no asemra no na ase hu na obi say me hu how to put it back
ade okay avodo do na officiating.
Yes.
The charges in the Akofa Bapa officiating.
Officiating is that one is true.
So the father say we about for coach. Kwesi ada boy ya born no Sugar Kope. Paneti agiti abo for koy.
E better na won kasa.
Hwe ba bia sunyane wo. Tuka free sunyane. Ba be toto abu akwa traffic. Na kwa tintin akodu Sugar Kope.
Is go akwa traffic no.
No akodu Sugar Kope. Sika so de man nyina ye 15,000 Ghana cedis. Eno kwa de man ansa no boss yan fa.
Still at 15 na.
At 15 na.
Am for bi anga.
Na hotel kra team ne be dane yesai. Na nipa ba akwa be gina mfimfin. Se wa sheda. Endo kra fi ye no Sunday. Wutu se wa sheda pa se dum self se shebo fakwa. Na wo di team efa sa ade we ma. Zoto ebe den obi free we wo team mo nkasa. Eti de akofa sa anyoma ne ba no. Eno na esi edi kan si ano.
Yes.
A reaction.
So tell me chenasi. Nipa ye nipa o. Nipa ye nipa. Ene kwan a ye referees ne so fa so ye football no. Ene I'm sure say omo munya sika pa we ye league ni ye referees.
Are sika no munya no fi hin.
Referees no. Omo ye o.
Omo munya sika no fi hin.
Ah, ba for. Dia say na wo kan. Why dey twa ka say dey twa mo ka.
Unofficial.
Ozai.
We unofficial do munya sika so bia.
Omo munya sika che obia.
Unofficial.
The referees are richer and sika omunya no clubs ne sponsorship money kura omunya from GFA no kura no referees ni sika so chen clubs ni sika
enti tama yesere FA no any penny for no
what's with them no ya
omo hwe because charge no ya do so me nka se me yen charge obi but no man lead to the charges no e say no so hwe so say ebe minim say sabe no so ugituma na e kan de wo ye fi mu say utu ekra ne for no otumo man nso ne fo so yeah katre enkofo so mo hwe obusu ban ye no especially to say the Jibo Kaye, most of these things here na reaction to referees decision.
Okay.
Yan can't referees in to say almost one more so kakra. Na ya do baby and hard. Tama.
That's right.
Oh, Division 1 and ya 2. So you all stars. Elbow against Holy Stars for no. You say the system team is Holy Stars and they say can be as one qualify. Yeah, but boy na first half. So you have 1-0. Omo ko recess ba referee away team is am a partner.
Wa say me what be that. Team no go home na wa say. So say supporters na be bo.
I'm threatening no.
Omo share no. Team na wa share 1-0.
Say supporters have threatened say on
any ball no ya jabo.
On away team.
Yes o ma bo no kra.
Abra security so.
Mamba.
Asem we can.
That's why there's someone to for points.
One goes to the home team no.
So wa ma.
Referee no.
Enti referee.
The other team na ma pa.
Away team na ma. Say referee no say they have threatened him.
I'm so mbebo no.
Now no
team.
Only for now we protest. So okay, I would have duals situation. What say on points? Scheme to help the Holy Stars no.
No matter say Vipers. Any new Odibiasi about 1-1. So tell na baby na bo ne kona Holy Stars for Zubelu.
No Belusu. And I'm not part of Swashe. Some woman say
some okay say me be can so size on one somewhere.
Look at it football are doing.
So enti yesre wo.
Ya said that say be qualify.
I don't want to me so two opinion. I say what no no one tiantin nka. Pep Guardiola nka the community. O ma kan ya ka tell them.
That's what they say.
Also be akabi. I do be den ka kaka no be anya. Aba so aba. Na we go see you. Tro kwa, omo an be decide.
Yeah.
What I say and the ombe referee be kansem.
Obetwa ntro say
basa. Ni aka say wona ma referee na.
There's a story here according to our production team that Koroko will pay off players on my sidelining before
na ba from the production team no what to be bizarre.
Production team can the credit at moment.
On pass
me can send you media banner. So I think sir Kotoko next season cannot repeat that mistake again. The mistake of letting players go in a way still they will be on the payroll of the club. Repeat this from Sony baby akotoko on yen yen says kasem holding in the current so if this system you find say so to
Cedric
first offense let's pardon them for their first offense but moving forward a way akotoko ebe faso ama players accord it should be a way enko fasa aka ni bimba se sa aka ni bimba am nya sure say chita for no betimi dia che the management if they are still there because last season the Obeka say e be a time our buy no na enyoma abobo so nti e be a wanya more meetings with the players but moving forward
Mr. Otuo
then they must find a way that is what we call good management.
Pep Guardiola
first you learn something from it so this time around
good management
they see first it wasn't the best
emran da ho say wo terminate player contract emran da wo say ni na we enti sa abna na da ho no wadi mran so ene yeti hey kotoko player wo form enti min sore nkokotoko secretariat someone terminate contract akotoko beti ase enti se player no so no wo contract no ekoba se person ni terminate contract you su mrano
so there were some players they were able to speak to them they terminated the contract without giving them anything so what me yes sir now to me finding your way around the rules you go about because what say ska I'm a club but the bottom line is say nipa na tena for almost 9 months no what tia ne can 9 months and then can find new ways the 3 months be terminating the panel contract and on call ya and what say we club in this guy.
Okay.
Let me say naturally we know that the 3 months process. Woman the 3 months now need the panel in thematic.
So my 3 months. Sure. 3 months near player maybe our convincing na. But Emrane there. Saka player ni 2 years sir. As o 2 years.
They make can say moving forward. Yem pesa sa de ni besi bi because mo na mo te ho. So before you call a player, say we terminating the contract. As I say we lay ground rules in such a way that Ember also club ni any amount of money moving forward because so what's the idea? Kotoko still have things they need to fix. Next season Kotoko youth team no. How am I justifying? You need some better also. Over to youth team so it will come at a cost.
Okay.
Sika bi adbe twa player bi on bobo ma na be 9 months wa je the salary e be 3,000, e be 4,000, e be 5,000 a month no. Success can boa no na go show youth team e be boa. So my point is that cannot repeat next season.
You see from August last from August last year.
I know now Gaza is here. I don't know move za.
Back for the you now the come on.
Abo ni say na buy house.
Anybody no more be
na mo na buy na.
Asema producers ya atwa na Obedi Ken. From August last year to January this year. Nkwa Kotoko management no ebo team nika 147,000 Ghana cedi.
Ebo team nika azenze.
Because of their mismanagement, not how to manage these players and solve the problem very well. Team no, ebo team nika 147,000 Ghana cedi from August to January. And from February to now, they mean can we home. August to January. Some players now, you two are coming mobile. Among salary in Kwana, the moment from August to January, no, 147,000 Ghana cedi. February to now, they mean fan count. And the management have caused financial loss to the club in the figure of 147,000 Ghana cedi. And more. Because Banandi about 200 or 300. The way I car, I am now bottom a few way. And based on say car I am now bono. And the quan say yetina say Emma say mistake we sibiu. Sa can I am for that bottle or mo to ask we get me at the cassia palm team no. Oh, who negotiated?
Baby a problem. What's my carrier say? Baby a problem. They can see a one pa no. You can't fast so appoint coach because you will play as nibi wa. IMC for no. Omufu say they should have stayed in the club. Oh yeah, sure say coach Kwesi Apia, Emmanuel Dasuberi, Nana Kunto Boni afere hene. Beka say yempe Rashid Note. Omega so yempe Rashid Note. Eti baby a problem no one say. Baby a problem no way. How the coach was appointed. Any 2 year coach in Benya, you know.
So in the long run, coach more accepted. So a collective responsibility.
Oh, by then. This season, because of Nyoma, because of Nyoma, and say more. I'm very sure, say, I'm seeing your opportunity to continue now. Sa power now, Ogumya, Onya said to me,
oh, Jibo, okay, say.
So yes. Yes. Said to me,
yes, okay, but for example, Taylor, you came into last year how he himself gave team an option to
say also you gave a figure.
But Taylor, you know, you are paying because Oman Chassis. You give a figure. And then can I not pay this amount?
That case a different scenario.
And
so, for instance, if coach Caso on pay player, now. Onim how the contract between the club and the player.
Yeah.
Before process to, for instance, terminate the contract. Now said the Kaba won't make us any group back on the buy. So it thinks that the way the coach was appointed, anyhow they all manage. A team in Nasem and bank was set because
any players or mobile. about Premier League experience, he's far ahead of them. But a true point, you know, coach name person Obama Obetias Yamasa player.
Okay.
It's not fair MC for use supporters to tell coaches a master player already, you know, sort of it's maybe a problem, don't want to say. Me Edu say yeah. Once assembly
we say a team ni nyina.
Assembly say this can. Baby
me say IMC no abo team nika IMC no but IMC no anya omo no negotiate here. The coach is part of the IMC. And the other guys no are part of the IMC. And omo say ntimi negotiating here. Say omo team nika.
Say boy ya ofri. Say boy ya ofri bo fa kwa bai. Zoto boy ya ofri bo fa kwa. Boy ya ofri bo fa kwa bai. Abodo. When Lidimba no, the IMC majority of the IMC members were against it. Coach is changing here no. Try even their meeting with the coach a higher level. Am I a friend if I catch you say coach in the team national is also 2 players. Munyimu free.
I'm not obo.
Obo I'm say matches what kind of minutes in our club may know and 80 minutes. So it's eventually Mizoto based on 2 minutes the coach now the recruitment no. Majority of the players
from the American.
Where
the obo? Tio, as I can know, you've jumped to another level to play that he's seen the team playing and but these are players that are not playing offload them. Different from player who's training and playing. Where they are not playing at all. They are not training, but they are taking salaries.
Maybe I want to share the financial situation of the club. But such an example in January, don't be a January transfer we don't know. Some people within the technical team, NAIMC, say, almost striking department were Mukwala fine. By Mukwala Kupra, do you substitute to Mukwala? Chelsea boy or by Fenze. Kalu modern bow form. It is Sadio Monro Collis Afutela. Coach is one penny. So what did the mechanic say? It is the best mechanic say. May there be a mechanic say, 2 minutes a dema ogumuno, Mizoto, a course of a lot. Across a lot. It's moving forward, you know. As somebody say about beginning. Okay.
Yeah, Maminya we na bra. Eh kanjin so ne enum. Udru ba bia ton so bia so pe kanjin. Ene papa. Aha. Kanjin no onto enu bi. Ene be boa no. Kanjin and magic drinking water.
The course ne be too.
Adibo mamnyo we dem. Traffic light wabe Canada. Yen so na yen no be ne kanjin no. O frezel 241449191 obenya bi. Na baby mo amubusa baby bi won bi wa stand bi wa Saf market. E bi wo Abawa route, e bi wo Chese Breman Tafuni road abani nyina bi ho. Eya yento Superlovec ne phones na e papa. Ghana have bia bi ho Superlovec or type of phone bia bi. Always lower in prices. Yo sunya techima tamale go so brekum wa boga obuase go fodua bebia asimpo su Madina takrade for Ashama Kaso Accra ko fodua ne nyina Superlovec wo ho. Free 0501 635621 Kumasi ade so nim say achiraya Superlovec be otumfo status new KJT ho Morocco Prudential Bank PZ ho nyina ubenya bi ho 0501635621 0501635621 na copy Superlovec phone bi na 0501635620 Express Group one na die tu kwan Express Group na die ko Canada, UK, Australia, USA, Germany. Mo ambeze mko school abroad, mo Express Group o asafo labor runabout. Your number ni nyina nie 0555550067. Say obi say we invite obra fakrata no ko ne enchechu mu ho. Afifa Kel 360 toothpaste no etwu wo sen. And na papa another product from Samara Company Limited. Kel 360 toothpaste. And no and FDA for Adiatum Sanity. Abbas, have a tear.
And the DVR said, I got 3 by Mreni and Tram, Yamia Sunday in the Bitram, Yakoya Koshe, and we send me by taxi driver, Abbas, young Kwa Koshe 3, I say, Yadi, etc. to Asama. nti sɛ yɛnyɛ dɛ yi
ada asɛm bɛ na ɔmo sɛ aba
yɛhyɛ tere no ɛho nsɛm wɔ ghana
ɔmo sɛ sɛ
ɔmo nti aseɛ sɛ yɛakɔhyɛ tere ba yɛhyɛ yɛdeɛ ɔmo te aseɛ to ate aseɛ ɔmo nti aseɛ sɛ yɛakɔhyɛ obi tiri nero ba yɛhyɛ has deɛ a ɔmo ate aseɛ na wei woni saa nipa wei nam a ɔpɛ oyie ɔpɛ oyie yɛ sɛ dɛ mempɛ wotimi yɛ asra nti woti ana sɛ sɛ mekɔme bɔ no bi o
wobɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ yɛ
meyɛ de bia mpɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ asra menti aseɛ
ɛnɛ wabrɛ nansɛn
na gyagyagyagyagya ɔmo ne masi tiri kora deɛ menti aseɛ o na bia mpɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ wɔ mo sɛ bɛ nyame adom anwummerɛ house of folk bɔfrɛ ne match ɛne division 2 from Atebubu ɔmo akɔ akɔduru po bi ma yame no kasa sɛsi
Atebubu wɔn atwam kɔ
Atebubu wɔn atwam twam
na ɛba sana ma musa what is so special with the team from Atebubu a
ɔmo kɔbɔ Mede League ɔmo qualify for Mede League tɔmo sɛ ɔmo kɔdi bɛɛ 1 week bu Accra ɛde abɔbɔ premier no bɛyɛ sɛ 2 or 3
as a team no has ni deɛ
team no wura di kura di tornado nti no team na kasa di tornado nti ɔmo akɔ akɔduru hɔ nti house of folk supporters no obi ama na adwene nkɔ so sɛ nyame adoma Sunday yɛbɔ match nyame adom a yɛne aduana sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ sɛ watara ne ayi na ɛbɛhyia coach no krade de sɛ yi aduana coach no yɛwɔ champon nti sɛ watara hyɛ champon ma yɛ na aduru hɔ owia ne yɛde aba kurom a watara hyɛ dɔkta ma yɛ
sɛ wakɔhyɛ 3 and after ɛno no na ɛyɛ next kɔtɔkɔdeɛ
no ɔbɔ yɛ champon wie a na ɔbɛbɔ ogum nti yɛ house of folk supporters obiara nyɛ aggressive for 2 matches na de yɛnkyi no na yɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛnya sɛ sponsor de aka ho na house of folk ɛtuma survive hɔ ɛnneɛma yɛpɛ sɛ yɛ survive nti yɛsɛ house of supporters ne sɛ obiara ma na adwene nkɔ match a yɛmɛ yɛdoma Sunday yɛbɛbɔ no so yɛbɛbɔ yɛ match ne Sunday at 3 o'clock ɛnɛ nso bɔ 3 a yɛne division 2 side a ɔmo firi Atebubu yɛ yɛfrɛ ɔmo tornado ɔmo qualify for Mede League yɛ ameke no ka sɛ ɔmo opo bi man a ɔmo so nenam hɔ a ɔmo gye mframa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ 3 ne bɛbɔ ne yɛne ɔmo ahyia na nneɛma tumi akɔ so yɛ ama nti sɛ yɛde asɛm no bɛsi
yɛbɔ afei mo sɛ atɔ nso kwan na ayɛ dɛ
sɛ ɛgu so
na ba sɛ ɔno wahu saa problem
mede amanfoɔ kora ka sɛ ɔkam bebree ɛwom sɛ traffic no ɛdɔɔso but engineering no ɔmo wɔ nneɛma bebree ɔmo sɛ bigini na ɔmo nso tobo so aka to wei nipa ti na ɔmo yɛ kwan no
oyɛ kwan ti na
tobo dabi yɛnyɛ yɛgye mo ati fɔ
ɔno ase common sense to street sense from Brewery to Coca-Cola o drive wa intake you 30 seconds
but traffic light or
ofiri Brewery ba kusi wo
o man ka jan so
me ba nya abotre aba sei
o ka bi aka die
kwan no de etiom ye kwan ne se atonsu na traffic wo ho nti ye kwan se da be ya traffic ne so be
die sa de abo nipa ho
na first no me so to
aba so ngo demonstration
me ko bi ya me go nkyere mu
o film
news is next MFK wa nyame